Live election updates. Donald Trump wins U.S. presidency. The President of the United States begins his presidency in January 20, if he makes it to January. Martial law in times of civil disorder. Involves the temporary substitution of military authority for civilian rule and is usually invoked in time of war, rebellion, or natural disaster. In other words, they could declare martial law if any of these things happen. And how many natural disasters has been taking place recently, including the big hurricane that's being formed right now, Hurricane Raphael. And that includes a plague. If another plague gets released, again, martial law. In other words, anybody who's in office stays in office. Like I said, let's see if he makes it to January. So how they say that the Simpsons creator makes all these predictions because he's amazing. And one of the predictions is Trump's death. He has had several assassination attempts in the last couple of months. They also predicted the first female president. And I will be including this video as well. So during this episode, they showed that the power is going to go off. And it happened on November 17th. Which I find interesting because the number 1111 is satanic. I said November 11th. So you should know by now that there's a shadow government. And they're actually the ones that really are running things. So your vote is actually more a spiritual thing. It's your consent. I know that he's saying voting is not consent. It is. It is a consent. So your vote gives them authority and consent to rule over you in the next 4 to 8 years. That's what voting is. They already know who they're going to put in office. So whatever the world leaders have come up with, you already have given them your consent that you're okay with it. So there's not going to be no petitions you could sign, or you could go out in the street and march all you want, but you already gave away your consent. And that includes the so-called Paris Climate Agreement. And the ringleader being, of course, the Holy See, the all-seeing eye. Kamala Harris, Gematria. The second coming, Bible God, Satan. And this also looks to me that this is Kamala. Because like I explained before, Kamala would be the first president, but she would be bringing Obama. And Obama will eventually be taking over. He will have to find a way to get rid of her for him to take her place. Gematria, Obama. You see, artificial intelligence, Rome. All roads lead to Rome. Mark of the beast, Barack Obama. Number of a man, Barack Obama. Is alien must plan in Prophet Muhammad because he is related to the Prophet Muhammad. Now to another subject. So I made this video the other day. You can find it on the Heaven's Delight on YouTube. This city is a cauldron and we are the meat. And I cover how the Spaniard colonized our people, the Northern Kingdom, because we fell under captivity before Yehuda did. I remember watching a Taino that used to be on TikTok before I lost my page. And he said that the Moors used to live in our lands. Absolutely true, they did. So the Moors is just a name for a person of color. That's how we say morenos for Moors. A person that's dark. Remember that Ishmael is our half-brother. But Ishmael joined Rome. So Ishmael was also living in our territories as well. And they're the Arab nations and they're dark as well. So they became the Islamic nations because the Vatican created both Christianity and Islam. So Spain funded Columbus to take over our territories. Expelling who? The Hebrews and the Muslims. Ishmael and Isaac. So they took over Granada, the territories of Granada. That's our territories, including the islands. You see right there, Spanish and Portuguese, because they took over our islands and our territory, better known as Granada. And the Pope divided the world between Spain and Portugal to have it colonized for the crown for Rome. The Moors often served as slaves in Christian Spain. How did the Spanish treat the African slaves? The physical condition and treatment of the slaves were terrible. Basically, the same thing that was done to our people, the Northern Kingdom, was done to them as well. So they called them Moors, again, is because Moors is just means dark. They took the territories of the Hebrews and the Muslims. But it was the Hebrews that went into captivity. Ishmael joined Rome, and they were also part of enslaving our people. And let's not forget that Hagar took a wife for Ishmael from the land of Egypt. Now on to the final part. This one is going to be on Beyonce. And I will also be including his video as well. He speaks Russian and he says to thank Beyonce means Roma, Roma ma, as in the goddess Roma, that the city of Rome is named after. So I will be also including this video. You see right here, this is from the song Soul Survivor. But this, the Asa, and I looked up Asa. And this came up, a goddess of might and protection. And she's part of three, as in the Destiny's Child, that there were three of them. They didn't start off as three, but ended up as three. One of the three chief goddesses of the Arabian religion in pre-Islamic times. She was worshipped by the pre-Islamic Arabs. In the reading of Revelation 3, addressed to the Church of Philadelphia. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Hebrews, but they are not, but they do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. It's not talking about the Khazars. It's talking about Boulez, the Church of Philadelphia, because it was founded in Philadelphia. Boulez, the Greek societies, that Obama and Kamala are part of. Black nobility are families that basically cited and sold themselves to Rome. The Greek societies. Gematria. Black nobility are the masters of mystery, Babylon, because they own slaves as well. So it looks like Beyonce is royalty. Black nobility. Did you know that Beyonce is related to the Queen Elizabeth II? She is the 25th cousin once removed, according to CBS News. The ancestor that they both descended from is Henry II. This is the reason the Carters took a selfie next to a portrait of Duchess Meghan Markle. And what about JC and Beyonce hanging out at basketball games with Kate Middleton and Prince William? Beyonce's music video, Bow Down, was a tribute to Queen Charlotte, a relative of hers, who is one of the many black queens from England that has been suppressed in history. She is related to the tribe of Dan. So that's where you get London, right? The queen. So that is the coming to that state joined for. So the tribe of Dan that broke off the tree of life joined with the Canaanites. And she's related to the tribe of Dan. As your God lives, Dan, because he does not serve the same God that we do. And neither does she. Why do so many European paintings of royal families also white? Black nobility existed in Europe. You will see Europeans who possess black features that can be linked to Africa. So Africa is not assigned to the children of Shem, but to the Hamites. Why do you think she's always pushing all this Egyptian stuff? And do you know that Nimrod was a Hamite himself? Nimrod was not white. He was black, because the Hamites are dark. And he was a giant, and Esau killed Nimrod. Now where you see why Japhet has been running everything. Today's Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, could be considered black, according to the one-drop rule, because she is the great-great-great-granddaughter of Queen Charlotte, a descendant of black Portuguese individuals. Portuguese, the ones that colonized our people along with the Spaniards. Like I explained before, Christianity is a cult, that's why it's in the pyramid. Again, this is from her song, Soul Survivor. I'm better than that. I'm not going to compromise my Christianity. Yeah, she's Christian, y'all. On back to Trump, I forgot to mention that, by the way, he's also a Freemason, if you don't know that.
Are they surviving a plane crash? Nah. This is way too close, bro. Nah, let's get into these lyrics, man. We're gonna have to get into these lyrics. I gotta see what she's talking about because, man. So it says here, now that you're out of my life, I'm so much better. You thought that I'll be weak without you, but I'm stronger. You thought that I'll be broke without you, but I'm richer. You thought that I'll be sad without you. I laugh harder. Oh, that's crazy. You thought I wouldn't grow without you. Now I'm wiser. Thought I wouldn't You thought I'd be helpless without you, but I'm smarter. You thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. You thought that I wouldn't sell without you. Sold 9 million. She's talking about the Survivor album.
I know Russian language very well, and you will call me paranoid, and I understand why, but it's still, I'm like, if I wanna say Beyonce in Russian language, I will say Ruma. If I wanna say thank, I will say Roma or Romam. And the phrase, I wanna thank Beyonce, to Russian, translates as Ra, Ra, Roma, Romama. And it's not a big secret, because like, I heard those lyrics before. No, it's like 12:46 a.m. I'm just like, can't go sleep because I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm a psycho or something. I don't know, like, maybe I'm just being paranoid. I don't know. Did she really say it? Was she in danger or something? I don't know, man. It's just so complicated, that whole situation. I can't.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her. And the first time I saw her, from her singing to dancing to acting, she can do it all. She's a triple threat, and one of the most talented people I've ever seen.
I've had the privilege of being around her gift and knowing what an incredible artist and kind woman she is. Beyonce is a beautiful soul. There's nobody like Beyonce.
Myself, but I can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyonce, it was so monumental and so well thought out.
Gave me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
In the 5th grade, I skipped school to see you perform. My sister, she got me out of school. It was literature. I'm good. And where you at, Beyonce? My eyes are wet. You changed my life. You sang that gospel medley, and the way you made me feel, I was like, I want to make people feel this way with my music. So I want to say thank you to Beyonce.
I want to dedicate this award to
Beyonce, as she is the biggest music inspiration, and I love you so much. Love you, Beyonce. I wouldn't be here without you, literally. Literally.
Thanksgiving since Homer passed away.
More turkey, please.
Thank God we still have his hologram.
All right, everyone, get out your remembrance candles. Granny Lee